Hi, I'm Lloyd Swain with Charter Channel 3, and thank you for watching today. With me are two folks I'd like to introduce you to. First is Dave Bond, he's superintendent at Kennewick School District. Kevin Velicky, who is in charge of the Citizens Committee for a levy, a maintenance and operation levy that folks vote on every 2 years. And Dave, this isn't really asking for more money, you're replacing things, aren't you?
Yes,
replacing the money.
Yes, exactly, Lloyd. Thank you for having us. This is our every 2-year opportunity to go out and ask the voters to continue supporting our schools through the levy. The ways the state funding system works in Washington is we get some money from the state, some money from the federal government, and then we ask our local voters to also assist in the operations of our school, and that's done through a levy. And so it's time again. We last ran a levy in the spring of 2010, and the voters approved it, as they have done every year since 1969. So it's that time again.
What sort of things, to refresh the voters, what does it fund or help fund as well?
Well, actually it funds a lot of things that we consider basic education. We use the funding to hire a lot of teachers, counselors, paraeducators, secretaries, and so forth. It also funds our entire extracurricular program. It funds lots of safety and security kinds of things. Our school resource officers who are on our high school campuses, our security officers who are on our middle and high school campuses are all funded by the levy. We fund counselors, we fund health professionals like nurses through the levy. The levy also goes to pay for operational kinds of things, the electricity and everything, the gas for runs the buses. The levy touches just about every piece of the Kennewick School District in some way. And so it's a very, very important part of what we do. In fact, it encompasses 1/5 of our entire budget is the levy. So the levy and levy equalization. So it's very important that we have those funds to continue the programs that the public and the students currently enjoy.
So where does the money, I mean, how do the citizens pay for this as a tax? It's based on ownership of a home, isn't that correct?
Yes, it's based on the ownership of property. And so voters are assessed an amount per $1,000 of assessed value. And so they pay right now, as they approved back in 2010, they pay an amount of $3.28 per $1,000 of assessed value. And so this year the district is going to be asking the voters to approve a slight increase in that of about 10 cents a year for every $1,000 of assessed value. So for the owner of a $200,000 home, for example, that would mean that there would be an increase of about $1.67 a month in their taxes, or $20 a year if you like to think of it that way. And that would be true for the years of 2013 and 2014.
Kevin, you're involved with the committee to help inform the voter on these issues and this maintenance and operation levy. Tell me a little bit about your efforts.
Well, there's a group of citizens, and we gather the support to pass the levies by informing the public in the Vote Yes campaign, and there's many items that we do such. We reach out in the community and to talk to various groups, to talk to the coaches and the booster clubs within the Kennewick School District, and then we try to reach the public through advertising, etc. So that is the part of the citizens campaign that we do, is gathering support for the school.
If folks want more detail, do you have public meetings, or is there a place that they can go to get more information with this?
Yes, there's several ways to do that. For one, I'll be doing about 50 presentations at Kiwanians group, Rotarian groups, and so forth over the next, as well as school groups, PTAs, PTOs, those kinds of things. But our website is loaded with information about the levy. They can go to ksd.org, and there's a tab that says levy information. Just click on the tab, and then there's PowerPoints and charts and slides and things like that that folks can look at, including a tax rate calculator. So if you know the value of your home, you can actually put that value in, hit a calculate button, and it'll tell you what your taxes would be and what the increase would be on your home.
And Lloyd, we use that information too, is that there's the facts, and we direct people to go to the facts, which is the KSD's website. And our efforts are obviously is to promote the Vote Yes side.
Right. And you've been involved with these citizens committees for a number of years, and seems like you have a lot of passion for the school district.
Well, I do. I've been in it 15 years, and Mr. Bond won't let me leave, so here I come back again. The passion is I had kids that have gone through the Kennewick schools, and it's a very good school district. I'm a business person, and Good schools are good for business, and the Tri-City is very fortunate to have good schools, Kennewick being, my favorite, so to speak. So that's why I'm involved. And what's interesting, all of the citizens folks that are on our committee have had kids that go through school, but they're all gone. They're no longer going to schools, so we still have a passion and we believe in good schools, and Kennewick is.
I think the Kennewick School District is known for and has a really good reputation for its quality. Talk about some of the programs.
Well, one of the things that we are known for is a really laser-like focus on the skill of reading. We have achieved some notoriety with our third grade reading goal, and we're very, very proud of how focused our elementary schools are at getting kids to read by third grade. We're also very proud of the programs that we have at the high school level. We have a very good advanced placement international baccalaureate programs. One of our high schools has been ranked the last several years in Newsweek's top 1,000 schools for the number of kids that it has involved in taking AP classes. We also have very good extracurricular programs. I think this fall was an excellent example. The top 3 teams in the local league were teams from the Kennewick School District. All 3 of our football teams made it to the bracket of 16 for state playoffs. We have great music and art and drama programs. I got a chance to see one of the plays that one of our high schools put on this fall. So there's a lot of things like that that we're very, very proud of, and many of those things I just mentioned would not exist. The drama, the sports, the music programs would not exist if it were not for the levy. So that's why it's so important that we pass the levy again.
That's great. Now, when is the election? And I know it's all vote by mail, so when is the election?
The election is on February 14th, Valentine's Day. That'd be a nice treat for the Kennewick School District to pass the levy on that day. The ballots come out around January 25th, generally about 20 days before the election. As you said, Lloyd, it's all vote by mail. So one of the key things that we have to do, and Kevin in particular, is to remind people to, I've got my ballot, but I also have to actually fill it out and mail it back in. So that's the big challenge, is getting people to remember to do that. And so that's a lot of the work that Kevin and the Citizens Committee will be doing those last 3 weeks heading into February 14th.
Talk about the size of the school district and the system and the facilities. We were talking earlier. I had no idea you had that many schools.
Right. We serve 16,000 students.
Wow.
We have 24 different school sites. One of the things we were talking about earlier, again, we always like to thank the citizens for the bond that they passed back in 2009. That bond has enabled us to build a new elementary, Cottonwood, out in Badger Canyon, and then remodel Canyon View, Southgate, and now we're remodeling Sunset View this year, and then we'll finish that bond out by remodeling Cascade and Lincoln. And so there's a lot going on. In the Kennewick School District, we have a good building program. Again, Kevin was very instrumental in helping us pass that bond back in 2009. But we have 14 elementary schools, 4 middle schools, 3 comprehensive high schools, 2 alternative high schools, the Tri-Tech Skills Center, and a couple of other our preschool programs as well.
That's great. Now, talk about the website. People can go for information there as well.
Yes.
www.ksd.org.
And they can find information about this maintenance and operation levy.
Yes.
And
Yeah, absolutely. Again, like I said earlier, there's a tab called Levy Information on when you get to the front page of the website. Just click on that tab, and there's lots of information. And you can also call myself, our office there at the KSD, Lorraine Cooper, our public information officer, and we'll be happy to provide voters with all sorts of information. There will be a mailing that goes out from the district just to give folks the facts about the election, and then I believe you have plans as well.
We have
Kevin?
a plan to send out reminders.
Yeah, our community really supports the schools, don't they? And,
one of the great things about Kennewick is that since 1969, a period of 42 years, we've consecutively passed our levies, and so that really shows the way that folks have supported us here in Kennewick. And we try to make sure that we run a good system for the community and for the kids, and give them a school system that they'll be proud of.
And the Citizens Group supports all of this. There's many people behind the scenes that are not on our committees that we reach out to that say, "You bet, let's support it," and they help us. Signs is a big thing.
Sure.
You'll see a lot of signs around town as reminders. And as Dave was saying about the bonds and the levies, we're in a levy. Levies are for learning and bonds are for buildings, and this is the levy learning times. And it's the same group, same citizens group. We just step up whenever is necessary and come out and help gather the troops to pass these levies.
That's great. Dave Bond, Kevin Valiquin, thanks so much for being here today and talking about that. And if you're a Kennewick resident, we want you to pay attention to this and be sure you vote on February 14th. Well, actually before that, and mail your ballot in prior to February 14th. And help these guys out. I'm Lloyd Swain with Charter Channel 3. Thank you for watching.